And you can just go to the snow and then the beach. Like,
the same day.
yeah,
This is
like,
the one thing I want to talk to you guys about today.
It was nice.
Who has heard of a 401k?
me.
A Roth IRA?
Yeah.
An IRA?
I got
Good job.
We are
So,
so blessed here. I just came back
let's
from
talk
Reno.
first about the Roth IRA or an IRA.
You get used to it.
Uh,
I lived all over the world.
And I don't know, like when I was like 20, or in my 20s, one of my friends, actually I was pretty close to 20, one of my friends was a financial advisor, and he said, if you save $1,000 a year, every year in your 20s, you'll have more money when you're 60, 65 or whatever it was, than you would if you saved $1,000 a year every year in your 30s, 40s, and 50s combined. Just because of the way money grows.
Exponential growth. I remember that from
Yeah, we're talking about IRAs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you are,
Man, why did I have kids when I was in my 20s?
right?
Why? It's not that fun.
Right? Exactly.
I'm in my
Yeah, so,
20s.
and the hard part for a lot of you guys is that
You're in your 20s.
you're kind of broke
Yeah,
because you're
26,
young, right?
22.
But even if you save like,
Boy.
if you save like $20 a month, $5 a week, you can handle $5 a week, right? That's like $20 a month is like one good dinner with your friends a month, right? So,
Shit, if that.
Where?
like,
Yeah, where are you going?
$3 a year.
I don't know about that.
In and out.
Yeah.
And if you do that,
I don't want to go on that.
20 per person. You guys must be breaking this.
2 for 20? Yeah. Like,
That's confidence right
I
there.
think they went up like here and
Oh, really?
I think so.
Which one?
I know
John?
it's a lunch with all my
I
friends.
know it's not $20 a week.
Each of our bills is like $40.
Yeah.
It's still like
That's not
alright,
That's gonna,
so if you did that,
that's gonna
if
be
you guys just saved that $240 a year, $20 a month, for every month for 50 years, right? You say you're 20 now to you're 70, that would grow to $82,000. Right? Just because the way money grows, when you add to it, it's the money you put in plus the interest you're gaining on the money that's growing.
in an
But
IRA.
is it going to be worth
Yeah,
it by the
in-
time you
in-
get to that time?
you're gonna
I don't know.
put it in the piggy
I don't
bank
know.
and it's gonna be like,
started investing. Sometimes like $800.
Ideally, as you get a little bit older, you can put in
More.
$50 a month, right? Or $100 a month.
Also, though, a lot of companies will match. Like places
Well, we're
like
talking about that. Okay, so.
Started saving a long time ago.
how do you?
So it's really important that you guys get in. Who here is still in their 20s? Okay, so the rest of you guys probably already know this already. But it's really important that you kind of get going early.
They say before 25 is ideal.
I would recommend
Stat.
I'd recommend T. Rowe Price if you're not started yet, or Price, or Vanguard, because they're both places that have no load funds. So in other words, it doesn't cost you money to like put money in. They don't charge you any fees to put money in, and they also have. And then within that, I would go with we call it index fund. So maybe a 500 index fund would be a good starting place if you're just starting out, or just any or other index funds. Why are index funds good? Because index funds have very low fees. So, for example, I kind of screwed up a little bit in 2000 and I can't remember what it was, but I put my money into Wells Fargo for a little bit just to hold it.
Try not to do that.
I had it in whatever, but it was in Wells Fargo already from my parents. But I rolled it into just a regular cash one that would earn like, I don't know, 2% or 3% a year. And then like 5 years later, I looked back and I'd made like $1.12 because they're charging me 2.5% or 3% a year to manage my money. Right?
Well, that
So-
seems anti-productive.
So right, so that's what they call expense ratios. So these index funds have low expense ratios.
Stealing money from all the customers.
Wait, what are we doing right
I'm telling you about one thing that I want to tell you guys about that you should know because I want you to be successful the rest of your lives.
now? Okay.
So in other words, you guys,
That's a good teacher.
these are like 0.24%. They charge you per year about that much. So in other words, if you invest $1,000, then they'll charge you $2.40 a year to manage that, which is really low.
And Vanguard there's some of them you don't even have to have like a lot of money to
Right.
invest.
These guys, a lot of them you can do it with like just $500 or $1,000.
Yeah.
So maybe that first year you guys save up $240 for a couple years until you get to 500. But then a lot of times they'll let you in there with just small amounts like that, 500 or maybe 1,000, just to kind of get you going, and you can start and you can grow from there.
Yeah, because like my grandfather is investment.
I have a friend who's like 54 and she has no money saved, right? And so don't end up like that, right? You guys need to plan for your future.
You gotta live life right now.
All right. Well, and the thing is,
I don't know if I'm gonna be alive in the future.
that yes, if you have a credit card bill that's charging you 15%, then yeah, you would need to pay that down first. But then but if you can just save $20 a month, you can get started saving for the future.
Because he won't get your Social Security if you don't reach
The
that
other
age.
thing,
He'll get $250.
401k
Man,
plans.
enjoy yourself now.
Okay, so a Roth IRA is probably best for you guys because most of you guys are probably not earning a ton of money. You can invest up to $6,000 into a Roth IRA. That means basically that you pay taxes on it now, but as it grows and becomes larger, so you put in that $240 a year, and it grows. You pay taxes on the $240 when you put it in, but it grows, and at the end you pay no taxes on that at all. You just pull it out and spend it with zero taxes on it. Yeah.
I was reading you answered it by saying.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's the good thing about the Roth IRA, is that you pay taxes on it now, but then you put it into there, and it grows, and you can't touch it till you turn 60,
There you go.
because it's for your retirement, but then when you pull it out, you pay zero taxes on that at all. That's the beauty of the Roth.
But if you do take it out early, don't you have to pay a big fee?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even
So-
talk about that.
So the idea is, you put it away and you forget you even put it in there,
Yeah.
right? You put it away and you don't sweat it, because the market's going to do this, guys. It's going to go like this.
I've lost so much.
And it goes like this, you're going to freak out. But don't freak out, because I freaked out when I was like 27. I was like, oh my God, my money went down. But now it's way up. It does that, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, 'cause
just
isn't
put
it all
it in.
about like them using it in the
Yeah,
system
they
and then they
invest
like
in it.
reimburse you for using it later?
But you can do that. That's called that's a bond.
A bot, yeah.
Yeah, but these index funds they earn higher rates.
Higher rates, yeah.
And you guys are gonna leave it in there for like 30 years.
Yeah.
So just throw it in there and ignore it. It'll grow over time. 401ks are where you have something like where your employer matches. So maybe your employer, and not all will, but you get it, where they match, let's say they match 50% up to 6%. What that means is, say you put in, you make $1,000, right? That means you put in 6%, which is $60. They match you 50% of that.
That's cool.
They match. So then, all of a sudden, now you have $90. That's free money that your employers are giving you. So if your employers have a 401k and they match, you have to put in the maximum that they will match you to. Like, it might be they only match up to 4%. So then you should put in 4%, right? Most of them are 6%. And most of them will only match half of what you put in. Some may only be a quarter of what you put in. But any free money they're willing to give you, you max that out. So you guys can understand? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. And we'll talk about
some more.
some math. Yeah, let's do some math.
Oh.
All right. All right, so what kind of problem is this? That would take 15 seconds on your own, stare at it. Don't talk. What kind of problem is it?
Correlation.
Don't say it. Think about it. Hey, talk to your neighbors about it.
Is this correlation right there? Is there a linear correlation between the opening bid suggested by the auctioneer and the bid?
All right, what kind of problem is it, guys? Correlation. It says linear correlation. That's one thing, right? But also, opening winning bids. Are those different categories of the same thing? Same. No, they are They're different.
Silly gooses.
X and Y. Well, they're both bids, but they're not different categories of the same one. They're totally different. Yeah. So they're saying, is there a correlation between this one and that one? So it's two different items, different variables, right? Well, actually, even so, even if they were the same category, then this can't be a matrix because there's nothing across the top. Do you guys see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it can't be a list because there's stuff here. The list could only have one of those and one of those. You guys see what I'm saying? So even then, it couldn't be that. So it has to be a chapter 10 linear correlation. Well, yeah, that. Good? Next one. What's this one? I want to take 10 seconds on your own. And talk to your neighbors.
Same.
Is it matrix list?
You know what they say about a big card? You know. I don't know. Yeah.
So I don't think it's
Yeah.
Alright, so what kind of problem is it, guys?
It's a matrix, yeah.
It's a matrix because we have categories here and categories there. So we have this matrix going on right there. Everybody on board?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And also, you guys see the word independent? Alright, so we'll have words like relationship and no relationship, independent, stuff like that. So this is 11.2 chi-squared matrix. Next one. 5 seconds on your own. Can you make that like... All right, talk to your neighbors.
The one from 10 points. Is this an older one?
That's right. Yeah. So it is.
An old, like,
All right, what do you guys think it is?
Yeah, the expected observed.
Yeah, so it's observed and expected, right? And it's going to be, is it going to be so it's chi-squared, is it a list or a matrix?
It's a list.
It's a list. There's no matrix there. You guys follow? Chi-squared list. So it's 11.1. Good? Yeah. You guys quiet. What?
What would we do when it says equally likely?
Equally likely. So equally likely is great because that means, thank God it's equally likely. That means you don't have to take every proportion and multiply it by the total, right?
It's all 50%.
Yeah, so it's all, so you just add them all up. So I'd add up every single one of those, and then it added up to like 2,920. And you divide by how many categories there are. There's 10 categories, you divide by 10. There's an equal amount in each. So you find n, divide by the number of categories. All right, so I want you guys to take 10 seconds on your own. Talk to your neighbors. This is like a preference.
Is this one?
Sounds dated, you know? So it's ain't over, right?
Find the claim. What's the claim? What's the claim?
Because it's on the side.
The books here have different reading levels.
All right, what kind of problem is it, guys? ANOVA, why?
Because there's 3 lists.
There's 3 lists. There's 3 lists. You guys see the 3 lists?
Yeah.
It's not a matrix because there's nothing up here. Good? So you have 3 lists. This is list 1, list 2, list 3. Also, it has the word mean in it. Good so far? If there are only 2 things, then maybe it might look sort of like a chapter 10, correlation regression. But there's 3 or more. So this is a ANOVA 11.3. Next.
Actually, I was just going to ask,
Yeah.
are you going to try and
No, I'm not gonna try to trick you. It's hard enough to figure out what you've done. I'm not gonna do. Because really, when you do it in life, you know what you're planning to go for. So, yeah.
It's not 11:30.
No, it's the observed and expected.
This one's tricky. This one is tricky. Talk to your neighbors about it.
Use the calculator that bottom.
No, but the bottom one isn't an actual row though. Yeah, so I think it is expected. Because you would go
Yeah, because it's an expected.
actual World Series contested times that, or what you call it. Wouldn't it be, I don't know, times, it would be times that percentage that you get from that proportion.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Pretty sure. Like 30.
It's not.
It's pretty sure from here.
All right, what do you guys think it is?
Observe and expect it.
Okay, it's definitely observed and expected. So it's definitely a chi-square. Everybody on board with that? All right. So is it a matrix?
No.
No.
So are these like, so the first thing is, you guys see how it's not 3 lists? You might think it's 3 lists, where it's like the top one's a list, another list, another list. But the thing about it is that what am I looking for? I'm looking for games played. So it means that 4, 5, and 6, those are categories. You got to read the problem. So the 4, 5, 6, 7. Two categories. So are these categories? So is this a matrix like that?
Maybe. Could be lists.
So read the top, read the side.
Oh, yeah, no.
What do you guys think?
It's definitely a list.
Martin says it's definitely a list, which means it's probably definitely a list.
Yeah, I'm Team Martin.
So what you guys, challenge to you guys is, why is that true?
Because Martin said it.
The top part isn't a label, it's like another category.
So what's the first one say?
Games played.
Actual, no. Okay, what's the second one say?
World Series contest.
Actual World Series contest. What's the other one say? Expected. What are we looking for? Observed, which is another word for actual, and expected. Everybody with me? So these are our, kind of the beginnings of our observed and expected. Except this isn't quite the expected. This is my expected proportion. So my real expected is going to be this. Proportion, 2/16. 2/16 of what? The total.
103.
Yep. So there's 103 of them. Nice. Good job. So this would be 2/16 times 2 over 16 times 103. 4 over 16 times 103. Everybody on board? Carly, do you have anything? No, you're doing something else. So this is
12.875.
12.75,
875.
875, 88, we'll call it 88. This one would be
Same.
25.75. Is that right? So are you guys kind of following?
Mm-hmm.
So then we compute our expected, and then it's a list. So this is a chi-squared list.
I didn't see it right. I don't know.
11.1. Some time for Ramsey to ask him how to do some trick. Okay. All right, take a look at this one.
See that?
Can you zoom out a little bit?
Yeah, I can zoom out a little bit. Talk to your neighbors.
Well, that's what you call it.
Yeah, I was gonna say tropical.
Neo.
The C and R's, the R and C,
What is this called?
all that.
It's a party.
It's a
All right,
party
guys, what
band.
is it?
Snack party. It's a matrix.
Yeah,
Matrix. We have stuff up here, stuff along here. Here's our matrix. Everybody on board?
Yeah.
Chi-squared matrix 11.2. Good? Okay.
From one.
Take a look at this one. 5 seconds, and we'll have a few more.
It's correlation.
What do you guys think?
Correlation is.
Correlation, regression, why?
Because it says correlation.
That's another correlation, and these are two different things, X and Y.
Bye, guys.
Good? So this is chapter 10.
I was really thinking about it this week.
Good? Look.
It says mean.
So that's an A nova.
Yeah. Because A novas can sometimes have 4. Or she said, oh, it can.
3 or more.
So guys, which is this one? A nova.
B nova.
Uh-huh.
Why is it? So why isn't it a matrix?
Because there's no columns. Or
They have
rows,
no
I mean.
labels along sides.
Yeah, there's no
So this is a nova.
rows.
Also, there should be the word mean somewhere in here. Oh, there it is, mean. Good? These are all lists. 4 lists. How about this one? I think this is the last one.
That's an
Yeah.
Talk to your neighbors about it.
Really gives you the.
Have you ever called the police on accident and they show up to your house?
No, I had to call one for this. Not to come to my house, but.
Hey, so here's the other thing. In these chapter 11, you're either going to see the word mean or you're going to see the word frequencies, probably. Frequencies goes with that whole proportions thing and the categories. Are you guys seeing that? Mm-hmm. So, do you guys see the word frequency here?
Yeah.
So, this is going to be one of the chi-squares. So, which one is it going to be?
Ask
The
for
list. Totally not a matrix. Everybody good with that part?
Mm-hmm.
This is 11.1. Good. Now, put these guys into, figure out the numbers for each of these. Do it individually. Don't talk to your neighbors about it first. Sort it out.
Oh, God.
Don't talk to your neighbors. Okay, check in with them.
Okay. So the closer it is to 0, the more scattered it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
So 0 is going to be the one all the way to the end. That one's going to be that one's going to be 0.08 first one, right? Or 0.8 from the other, right? One over is going to be 0.6. Next one over is okay. I'm sorry, from here. That's going to be positive. Positive 0.8. Positive 0.6. Positive 0.8. 1. And then negative 0.8, negative 0.8, and then negative 1.
That's 0
I think.
and 0.
Probably.
1 is definitely whatever 1 is.
Let me do this real quick. Let me fill this out. Wait, we can let
Okay,
you
so
know
let's show the easy ones. What's this one right here, guys?
1.
1.
Yeah, that's a one.
Why is it not 100?
Because you
Yeah, because you can't have 100. The highest you can go is 1 or negative 1. So these ones totally don't count. They're not even possible. Okay, what about the one below it?
Yeah,
Okay, the one, this one over here?
Zero.
Those are the easy ones. How about these guys?
That one's like the 0.8 is that one, or 6? Yeah, I forgot there was a 6 there.
Because this is more like a line between the two.
Yeah, exactly. That one's 8. And
How about
that
these two?
one's
Which one's more like a line?
6. The one on the right.
So it should be closer to -1.
Yeah. Like negative. I mean, no slash. Yeah. There
Everybody
you go.
okay with those ones?
Yeah, that looks about right.
Okay. Good. Now, bust out your, this is not a study guide. That is not a study guide. The thing I gave you guys earlier. What's your study guide? The problems I gave you earlier are your study guide. Not this.
Do you have extra study guides?
Oh, extra study guide?
Yes.
I have,
I can print online if not.
I think I have a check, I think I have a 1 and a 2 maybe.
Oh no, I actually did the 4. It's all good. I can print online.
So this is review.
I have a 1 and I have a 2.
You want to?
I can print them online.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah.
Alright.
Thank you.
We have all. I still have all my study guides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you guys remember how to find ranges? What's a range?
How do you?
Yeah. So do you guys see the word mid there? Everyone see the word mid?
Yeah,
Where?
no, you don't.
No mid, so it's not an average. It's just a regular range. It means you subtract them. You don't find the average. So take your largest and your smallest, you subtract it. And then our group frequency distribution was 7 classes. So 7 classes. Why don't you guys take a minute and try to sort that out?
Don't you have to do like the